Everybody's young black Jedi back with another video. Yo, modern dating is dead. I would not invest 2 cents into really a vast swab of the majority of women that we see here in the West. When you really take a look at the dynamic of relationships, I think relationships are really backwards. I think that women are becoming men and men are becoming women, and there's no balance or order in this hierarchy. There's a hierarchy. They want you, empire, to believe that there's no hierarchy. There's a reason why men lead, why women follow, and women can also facilitate. It's not that they can't. It's just a man has to be at the head, and I just don't think that a lot of these modern women really see that. Unfortunately, these particular types that we've really been seeing, and a lot of my brothers have been calling them out. Shout out to Darius M. That's my man. He's been doing good work with it, calling them out, and just even Myron. I dig him. You know what I mean? I know he can be rough on edges, and a lot of people just gotta just accept Myron for where he's at, but for how he presents his message. But what he's saying is true. Like it's time for us men to create our value without a woman. I'm gonna make it one way or the other. I'm gonna be able to succeed and grow and develop in my life without a woman. Do I want a woman? Yeah. But overall, the steps that I'm taking to develop myself is allowing for me to grow and prosper on a much deeper level than I would if I was stuck in a relationship. You know what I mean? Calling on God, that's the most important thing. Modern dating is dead. It is finished. It's finito. It's 86th. There's nothing else left but to get closer to God, because it's like he's the only one that'll be able to deliver us a partner, whether it's you're a man seeking a woman or vice versa, right? It's really up to us to be able to deepen our connection to spirit. There's no other avenue. I mean, it's just a lot of these particular women that we're talking about. It's not all women, right? We have to make that disclaimer. They just want this dunya. They just want this world. They just want this matrix. They just want to be fed with it. And dudes have had it. Dudes like me just want a relationship. I want to get married, dude. I don't like this relationship dating. I don't think it's just a Western program that I don't think is really attuned to the development of our collective humanity and our individual humanity as well, right? And that's when I start to just see kind of what is going on in the context of dating that, bro, just turns me off. Dude, all the women that I've attracted, and I'm the one who's attracted them, so I can't blame the women, right? It's easy to point the finger and say it's somebody else, but there was a vibration in me that attracted these women and continued to attract these same similar scenarios until I finally pulled back and I started looking. I said, okay, I'm attracting these same sort of patterns, not just women, but also men. Also attracting the same kind of men, it was all just a vibration and a frequency within me that just wasn't attuned enough to source, God consciousness. And that's why I continue to just keep attracting all these scenarios and situationships and whatever else, right? That weren't in attunement with the higher order of things, right? With the planetary dharma, really. And that's what I continue to keep seeing the more I unpack my own sort of infidelity, right? My own lust, and a lot of men really struggle with that. We have to really keep it at the forefront, but we can't blame women at the same time. We hold our sisters accountable, but yet we don't blame them. We're not, oh, it's all their fault. It's like, no, we all play a role in this. I mean, you could say it's probably the sacred masculine that really let down the sacred feminine, and, and then those roles of masculine and feminine between genders switched. We could say that. There's many ways that you can look at it and many ways that you can skin it. But at the same time, it's really time for people like ourselves, us chosen ones of God, who have seen this. And I know that you've seen it. Comment below if you have seen it. I know you have seen it. I know you can see how a lot of these women operate. If you look at the porn industry, if you look at some of the way they're dressing and the way they're just gargling on, you know what? I'm not going to say it because I don't want to get, I don't want to get any points on my account, but you know what I'm saying. And just the whole entity of it, the whole energy of it, it's very dark and deceptive and perverted, right? And that has been a dark cloud over the West for such a long time. I'm of the position that things of the porn are not righteous and they're not healthy, and I've had my problems with it. I've battled with it for a long time. I've even awakened and went back to it, and I've had stints with it. You know what I mean? And I'm starting to really deeply see how much that impacts the psyche, how much that impacts relationships, how much that impacts that connection to spirit. You know what I'm saying? And then it's to follow, right? The dating websites, the apps, and all these things. It just keeps you just engulfed in that lust and that dark, dense energy that's suppressing a lot of men and women. It's suppressing both people. I mean, we could split hairs and say one side's worse than the other, but it's like, dude, it's both sides that are being impacted by this. People, the childlessness is going to go through the roof. What did they say by 2030? That study that 45% of women are going to be singleless and childless. That's a problem. That means that who's going to populate the earth? That's why they brought the migrants in. You see why Biden brought them in? Because he looked at it, said they all looked at it and said, wait a minute, our people aren't having kids. Who is going to fulfill these jobs? You know what I'm saying? And then that's what the empire started to see, and that's why they started to really bring people here in droves, right? And it's like, in the end, it's if we don't align with the planetary hierarchy, right? The order, the natural order of things, it's gonna be very difficult. I don't think society will be able to really continue to run on this engine before it really breaks down, you know? So again, it's up to us to reclaim our masculine energy, and for my sisters who have been used and manipulated by brothers who misused you, reclaim that feminine power, reclaim back everything that we all gave away. And then from there, we can allow God to do his work, to start aligning his people together, just so we can start borning a new civilization, so we can start borning new families, so that we can start borning new systems of power, so we can start borning new structures. These are very, 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 very important issues, guys. We have to continue to keep looking at this. We have to continue to keep monitoring it. We have to continue to keep helping one another. That is the only way that this thing is going to continue to, if we do that, we can reverse course. That's what I meant to say. Particularly on the childlessness. It's a big problem. Big problem. What is going to happen in 10 years when nobody's having kids? Also, you know, things are expensive. And I get it. I get it, man. I'm in the same boat. But this is a particular issue that we have to continue to keep helping each other on. Man helps woman. Woman helps man. Man help woman. Woman help man. And then we continue to keep growing and building and developing and flourishing, right? As a species, right? Young Black Jedi, may the force be with you. Peace.